You have been taught that to change your life, you need a brutal fight, iron discipline, an unyielding will, and relentless, agonizing effort. You believe that true transformation is measured only by sweat, tears, and continuous struggle. You have been indoctrinated into the belief that success is an adversarial marathon where only the hardest workers prevail. But what if that very aggressive effort is the exact force holding you captive? What if your deep-seated habit of striving is the biggest, most sophisticated trap in personal development and manifestation? We call this the quantum paradox of effort.
Today, we will dive into this abyss. This is not a talk advocating for passivity or indolence. This is a profound, scientifically backed truth sourced from neuroscience, quantum mechanics, and timeless wisdom, revealing precisely why trying harder is the #1 trap preventing your authentic, effortless transformation. Change does not have to be a struggle. In fact, the most permanent changes are not. Change is a simple, precise realignment of your internal frequency. It does not demand friction, it demands coherence. We will dismantle the cultural and psychological facade of effort and step into a new dimension where true, lasting transformation unfolds with astonishing ease and unparalleled effectiveness. To truly grasp the implications of the paradox of effort, we must begin at the foundational layer of reality, the quantum field. According to quantum physics, your external reality is not fixed. It is an infinite ocean of possibilities, existing simultaneously as potential waves. These waves collapse into particles, into your manifest physical reality, when they receive a coherent, stable signal from the observer, which is you, through your focused consciousness and your emotional state. The core problem with effort is that it fundamentally generates a contradictory signal, a high-frequency internal conflict. Consider an individual striving desperately to manifest financial abundance. In their conscious mind, they might be reciting affirmations, "I am wealthy, I am abundant, money flows to me." Yet the emotional state, the frequency transmitter, is one of tension, profound doubt, and a visceral, deep-seated feeling of lack. I must struggle and strive because I am currently lacking it. I am not enough. The signal the quantum field genuinely receives is not the loud spoken words, it is the underlying dominant emotional frequency of scarcity and resistance. The frequency of effort, therefore, is inherently the frequency of resistance. It is an unconscious, powerful declaration to the universe: what I desire is not here, it is absent. I am in a state of deficiency. I must fight and push to acquire it. This internal battle generates maximum incoherence. Imagine you are attempting to tune a delicate radio receiver to a specific, weak signal. You frantically turn the dial, the continuous striving, but you never pause and hold one frequency long enough for clear reception. The quantum field, responding to your inner noise, simply maintains the old familiar patterns because that turbulent signal of struggle is the most consistent thing it is currently receiving from you. Effort is not proof of commitment. It is, at a quantum level, definitive proof of resistance and fragmentation.
This resistance is the energetic force that creates and maintains the perceived gap between your desire and your current reality. The more you struggle to cross that gap, the more you unwittingly affirm the existence, the validity, and the vastness of that separation. Struggling to change is a subtle yet powerful form of repeating and reinforcing the very state you are trying so desperately to escape. You attempt to escape lack, but the very act of striving is powerfully fueled by the fear of that lack. It is the infinite feedback loop, the #1 trap that successfully ensnares almost every seeker who believes in the narrative of no pain, no gain. Now let us turn to the realm of neurobiology, where the physical mechanism of this paradox is scientifically confirmed. Your body, your biological machinery, and your nervous system function as your ultimate broadcasting and receiving apparatus. When you strive or engage in aggressive effort, you are doing more than just creating quantum noise. You are instantly activating the sympathetic nervous system, your primal fight or flight mode. The sympathetic nervous system is a critical mechanism for acute survival, essential when facing actual physical danger. However, its activation comes at a heavy cost to creativity. It instantly elevates your heart rate, floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline stress hormones, shunts blood away from your complex cognitive centers, and, most critically, effectively shuts down the prefrontal cortex areas responsible for complex decision-making, creativity, and new learning. When you place undue pressure on yourself, when you attempt to force or coerce a positive change, be it financial, professional, or personal, you are placing your body into a debilitating state of high alert and chronic stress. Even when your conscious intention is positive, your physical body reads the tension as an unequivocal threat. A chronically stressed body cannot be truly creative or receptive. A body locked in fight or flight mode cannot effectively manifest. It can only react to and perpetuate the environment that it already knows. Conversely, the state of genuine manifestation, creativity, and flow occurs only when you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest or tend and befriend mode. This state is naturally characterized by heart-brain coherence, a state of physiological harmony demonstrated through the extensive research of the HeartMath Institute. When your heart rhythms and brain waves synchronize into a smooth, ordered pattern, your body releases building hormones like oxytocin and serotonin, and you enter a relaxed yet profoundly focused state where your ability to receive intuitive guidance, absorb new information, and consciously create a new reality is maximally optimized. Effort is the singular enemy of coherence. You cannot successfully try hard to relax, to feel gratitude, or to be in flow. You can only surrender the struggle and allow the state of coherence to emerge naturally. High-intensity striving may provide a temporary, ego-boosting rush of feeling productive, but it is fundamentally an addiction to cortisol. You become dependent on the feeling of busyness and tension to reassure yourself that you are worthy or that you are doing enough. It is the old, fear-based identity attempting to brutally control the new outcome.
If you recognize this struggle switch being thrown within yourself, the painful sensation that the harder you try, the more the desired result seems to retreat, you must pause right now. Pause. Take one slow, deep breath, centering your awareness. Exhale fully, releasing the tension in your shoulders and jaw. And I want you to comment "surrender" below. This is your first deliberate silent act of coherence. This is your documented private proof that you are ready to let go of your struggle and allow the new state to unfold. If striving is the fundamental mistake, then what precisely is the effortless solution? The solution lies in a complete internal transition from a state of doing to a state of being. This concept forms the immutable core of all deep transformation and manifestation teachings, spanning from the ancient mystics to modern teachers like Neville Goddard and Dr. Joe Dispenza. Neville Goddard taught a deceptively simple principle that bypasses the need for effort entirely. You do not manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. You do not need to struggle or force yourself to act like a person who is already successful. You need to genuinely become that person, to adopt the identity, the feeling, the inner state, right now, in this very moment. This fundamentally means that instead of expending enormous effort to do the things a successful, calm, or wealthy person would do, you must be the person who has already achieved them. The energetic difference is vast. When you strive to do, You are broadcasting a signal of profound lack. I am not yet this person, so I must struggle and work to attain that status. When you are that person, you are broadcasting a signal of completion and fullness. I am already that person. My actions are merely the natural, organic outflow of that established, coherent state. This profound identity shift occurs entirely in silence, completely invisible to any external observer. It happens in the inner chamber of your consciousness. First, you must commit to silence. You do not publicly announce your transformation goals on social media. You guard this transition fiercely in private. When you hold it in absolute silence, you concentrate all of your energetic focus inward, solidifying the new state. External validation and applause are merely noise that fragments and undermine your fragile, newly forming coherence. Second, you must commit to the feeling. Instead of striving to perform or act, you must dedicate yourself to feeling the new state. Neville called this living from the assumption. Spend quiet, non-tense time each day to truly feel the relief, the quiet confidence, the ease, and the joy of the person you have decided to be. Your emotion is the precise language that the quantum field comprehends and responds to. Third, you will observe the effortless action. Once this state of being is established, once your nervous system has permanently acclimated to the new higher frequency, action will flow spontaneously, naturally, and with minimum effort. You do not try to make the difficult phone call. You are inspired or moved to make it. You do not try to meditate or write. You are simply drawn to it. Action becomes the result, the effect, not the cause of the change you desire. As Dr. Joe Dispenza's research validates, when you fundamentally change your emotional signature and hold it in a coherent state, you literally begin existing in the future relative to the quantum field. You are already that person. Therefore, all strenuous effort becomes completely redundant. You do not need to struggle to become who you already are. The paradox of effort is ultimately a test of integrity. The quantum field is simply verifying the wholeness of the signal you are emitting. It is never impressed by your strenuous, chaotic outward striving. It only listens to the deep, resonant, and quiet truth of your inner state. When you surrender effort, you do not become passive. You become quantically efficient. You transform from a frequency jammer to a powerful, stable resonator, attracting everything you need with grace and ease. Remember this ultimate rule. The most profound, most permanent change always happens in silence, without an audience, and without a single moment of struggle. If this complete paradigm shift has resonated deeply within you, please hit the like button on this video. And if you know someone who is relentlessly stuck in the exhausting cycle of striving and struggling, please share this video with them. Because sometimes the greatest help we can offer someone is not to push them to try harder, but to empower them with the knowledge of how to surrender to their own greatness. Stop trying to change. Start being the change.